Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, issue number 38 from Mirage Studios, Spaced Out, Part 1. This came out July 1991, and this is by Rich Hedden and Tom McWeeny. And remember how in the last issue I said I wanted just like crazy, fun, wacky adventures with the Turtles? Well, my wish has been answered. Because this basically takes the crazy and wackiness, and dials it up to 11. I mean, I'm sure you guys can just tell, just judging by this cover. This is basically a Mad Magazine version of Turtles. It reminds me a lot of like the early 90s Saturday morning cartoons, but like the crazier stuff. Like this is like Earthworm Jim kind of style humor. It's just really weird and out there. So, it's Spaced Out Part 1. We start off with a spaceship flying towards Earth and is trying to dodge a bunch of stuff in space. And then we cut to a top secret space observation station in New Mexico. I will say this, I thought this was kind of funny how the guards are basically trying to disguise themselves, but it's pretty obvious that they're guards. And yeah, we see the scientists who work inside, and they're freaking out. One of them screams, "We're all going to die." And then the boss comes out of his office, and I'm assuming he was about to get late. So he's obviously pissed off because he just got cock blocked. And, he's like, "What the hell are you screaming about, Mitchell?" Mitchell's like, "There's a monster meteor heading this way." And then he closes in. He's like, "Wait a minute, that's just mayonnaise." Basically, the idiot of the scientist is eating a sandwich, and yeah, he spills mayonnaise everywhere. So he's like, "All right, everyone, get back to work." And then he goes back in to continue with his fun times with the sexy lady. When all of a sudden Mitchell screams that they're gonna die again, and of course, once again, the boss is pissed off because now he's cockblocked for a second time by this asshole. It's like, dude, I'm trying to get laid here. Knock it off with the end times nonsense. And then Mitchell points. He's like, "Look, sir, look at the radar. It's heading right for us. It's like nothing I've ever seen before." And then the boss is like, "Oh no, it's a UFO." Mitchell's joking, like, they're probably big and slimy with tentacles. They're gonna suck our brains out. And everyone starts freaking out. And then we cut to the president of the United States who's sleeping, and he gets woken up by a phone call by the boss. And we cut back to the boss who's screaming, "We're all gonna die." And everyone is basically like passed out or chasing the ladies. The ladies are all dressed up in some sexy lingerie, including the lady scientist. So yeah, these guys are like, "You know what? We're gonna die. Let's go get drunk and just have an orgy. let's just drink a bunch of booze and pound a bunch of ass, because that's what we want to do before we die." So yeah, the guy basically says like, "I'm in charge of the New Mexico space observation, and we saw an alien vessel streaking towards Earth. Well, what are we gonna do, Mr. President?" And the president's like, "All right, where are they heading towards?" And then we cut to the O'Neill farm. I like how it's called the O'Neill farm when it's Casey Jones's farm. I mean, he's the one that owns it. But yeah, we're at Northampton. We're at the farmhouse, and we see Raphael, and he's eating pizza while watching TV. And then afterwards, he gets an upset stomach. And he remembers one time his Splinter telling him that, one of your most difficult adversaries will be acid indigestion. And the what you do when you have an upset stomach is you drink warm milk. So Raphael goes to the fridge. He opens up the milk. He realizes, oh man, there's no milk. But then he looks outside and he notices Betsy the cow. So he's like, all right, I'm just going to milk Bessie. I think this part's kind of weird. It's like, this will only take a minute. Besides, this time at night, there's no one around to see me. It's like, dude, you're milking a cow. Like, what else are you going to be doing to that cow that you don't want anyone to see you? So then, yeah, we cut to the aliens who are, like, flying crazily in the skies. And they see Raphael milking a cow. And they believe that these are two humans about to have sex. So, yeah, their plan is, you know what? We see what we think are two humans about to have sex. We got to cockblock them. We got to stop them before, things can get a little too hot and heavy. So yeah, they literally shoot down a beam and beam them up because they say, beam them up before things get too hot. So, I guess it looks kind of it could be kind of, seen that way. I mean, Raphael seems to be a little bit too happy to be milking this cow. But yeah, so they beam up the cow, and then we see the turtles, and the turtles are dreaming about a sexy turtle lady as their brother gets beamed up into the spaceship. And then we cut back to the scientists, who are pretty much all naked except for their like skivvies, and they're playing they're playing Twister, when all of a sudden this colonel shows up, and he's like, I'm in charge now. And then yeah, we cut back to the aliens, where they build this contraption, and they have Raphael and Betsy basically tied up to this contraption. I don't know what else to call it. And yeah, it's the aliens are like, don't worry, this thing won't kill you. It'll just make you a slobbering vegetable for the rest of your life. All right, so let's do this. But the alien hits like the wrong button, which frees Raphael. And Raphael breaks loose and charges at the aliens. But the aliens are able to slip by. They grab guns and they're going to shoot at Raphael, but he jumps at the last second and they end up shooting each other. And then he grabs them by the head and he smashes their heads together, and they apologize. And then they start crying, and then Raphael starts crying. I don't know why, but yeah. Then we cut back to the farmhouse, where Casey and April are having dreams about sexy times with each other. And then the turtles are dreaming about the female lady turtle taking her clothes off. And then we see Splinter dreaming about Minnie Mouse. And then we come back to the colonel, who's basically getting a briefing on on the operation. He sent a bunch of fighter jets to go shoot down this UFO. I thought this was kind of funny. So we see all the fighter jets, and then we see this little plane right here, and I was like, all right, that's good. That's pretty funny. So the fighter jets are going to go and try to shoot down the UFO. And inside the UFO, Raphael is chilling with the aliens inside the hot tub. And basically the aliens tell him that, back on our home planet, like, you would be super popular, like with the right promotion. Like, I can see you on t-shirts and comic books and cartoons and movies and gum and towels, appliances, condoms. I don't know about a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle condom. I want to see if that's a real thing.
A few moments later.
All right, thankfully there's no such thing as Ninja Turtle condoms, because that would just be weird. I can just imagine like being on a date and then just whipping out one of those bad boys. I mean, can you imagine what that would look like? It's just like maybe it can be like the gloves that I wear for some of my comic reviews, where it's just like a green condom and it just has like one of the bandanas around the tip. All right, enough about the turtle condoms. So yeah, they basically tell him that, like, he can be like a big celebrity on their planet. But so Raphael's like, oh, thanks, but I thought you guys' mission was like to conquer the planet. And they always say, yeah, to be able to join our fraternity, like, we need to conquer a planet. And unfortunately, we have to conquer Earth. And we have to conquer it by tonight. And then that's when they hear a noise and they realize that they're being under attack. And so they rush over to the cockpit, where, Raphael's like, I don't know how to fly this thing. I got to get the aliens to do it. But the aliens are basically apologizing to each other for all the nasty things they've done. Like, one of them's like, I'm sorry for always taking your desserts. And the other one's like, I'm sorry for having an affair with your wife behind your back. And it was like, okay. So then they get pissed off and start fighting each other, and Raphael breaks them up, dumps them in the pilot seat, and is like, all right, like, fly this thing now. We gotta, not get shot down. So they shoot down one of the fighter jets, and they take off, and that's when they realize that they're out of gas. And they basically start crashing towards the Earth, and that's when the issue ends. So yeah, that was something. This was freaking weird issue, man. This is like a Saturday morning cartoon for adults. You have scientists basically trying to have sex and getting cockblocked. You have orgies. You have sexy dreams with the turtles and Casey and April. You have affairs, you have turtle condoms. Like, this kind of just has everything. It's weird. And it's so weird to go from like 2 serious issues to this. Actually, 3 serious issues. We went from 3 serious issues to this. I'm just like, all right, This was like a weird tonal shift, but okay. It was, you know what? As crazy and stupid as this issue was, it was fun. It was fun and entertaining. The artwork is perfect for this kind of like humor. This is basically like Turtles parody. This is like if Mad Magazine was doing a Turtles issue. This is what I would expect out of them. So yeah, there you go. Spaced Out Part 1. I'm assuming the next issue is going to be Part 2. And yeah, let's see where this craziness goes. But yeah, this was a wacky, weird, freaking issue. Like, I feel like this issue's like a fever dream or something. Like, did I really just read this? But yeah, there you go. So issue number 38. I was wrong about the guest era stuff in the last issue. I said that the guest era ends in issue number 42. It actually ends in issue number 44. So 44 is the final issue of the guest era stuff. So we have about, what, 6 issues left to go? And then we're just going to be back onto main continuity stuff, which I can't wait. But hopefully the rest of this guest era stuff will just be like fun adventures like this. Less with the preachy, spiritual, artsy-fartsy stuff, and just give me wackiness. I mean, if this stuff isn't going to be canon, just go all out crazy with it, you know? That's why like stuff like this, I don't hate it. Like, I still wish that this guest era stuff would have been its own thing. Like, just give it its own series. I said this before. I'll say it again. If it was me, I would have been like, all right, like, we have a lot of stuff on our plate. We're going to have to put the main run on hiatus. But in the meantime, so you guys can get your Turtles fix, we're going to have this pretty much like an Elseworld What If Turtles series. It's going to be non-canon. We're going to have a bunch of guest artists and writers, and they are going to just use our characters and go nuts with it. They can do whatever they want because whatever they write is non-canon. That's what I would have done. And so it does kind of bug me that, you know, the main run of this has been bogged down by all these guest era stuff. But if you're going to do guest era stuff, do it like this. Just go all crazy. Go all out with it. Just go all wacky with stuff, you know? Like, none of this stuff is going to be canon. None of this stuff matters. So if nothing matters, then just go absolutely nuts with it. And that's what this issue did. This issue took the Turtles and it just went absolutely nuts with it. So yeah, I thought that was pretty fun, entertaining stuff. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts. What do you guys think? And yeah, there you go. Issue number 38 from Mirage Studios of the TMNT Volume 1. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope to see you guys next time. Take care, everybody. Later. So what did you guys think of that video? Hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys haven't already, please subscribe, hit that bell for a notification, leave a like if you enjoyed the video. And if you didn't enjoy the video, thank you for watching it this far, and I hope the next video is more to your liking. Feel free to check out the playlist that you guys see, and I hope to see you guys next time. Later.